not an advertisement for big cereal, okay? I wish it was, because then I could actually be making some stinking money and I wouldn't be so depressed and have to eat cereal all the time. Got my tiny little made in Japan mug that is a normal size of what we should normally drink coffee. What? Pretty tiny, huh? Holds 6 ounces. Yeah, it's shocking. I drink like 6 of these, let's be honest. Hello friends, and welcome back to another episode of Let Me Learn Ya. Today we are going to be talking about breakfast, and specifically breakfast cereal. I stumbled across a 2019 survey of 2,000 Americans that asked them all kinds of questions about their breakfast behavior. And this is what they found. The average American only eats breakfast now about 3 times a week. And the top 3 choices for breakfast in descending order were eggs, just coffee, and then cereal. I know the fact that a lot of Americans aren't eating breakfast are influenced by a lot of things, but I'm pretty sure one of those reasons is the whole intermittent fasting craze that's been sweeping the nation. And if you're interested in learning about all things intermittent fasting, I actually did an entire series on it, digging in deep into the research. Go check it out. Americans are busy as hell. You still aren't making enough money to make ends meet or barely keep yourself afloat. And if you get one freaking bad health experience, you're doomed. You're in debt for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Working that much includes driving a lot. And driving a lot includes being in traffic. So many of the hours of our lives are being taken up by our work, by our being stuck in traffic, and then we're stressed about all of that stuff, right? The last thing you want to do after going through all of that is to sit down and be like, oh, I'm gonna plan out some healthy breakfast and woohoo. So I am not surprised that people are not eating breakfast in the morning. And I am also not surprised that they are choosing eggs over cereal, because I've got theories about that too. That a lot of easy to grab breakfast items are also carb breakfast items. And all of the shirtless, barefoot, carnivore, keto, Bitcoin, let me just throw in some more stereotypes, YouTube doctors who rip apart carbohydrates and say it's literally the worst thing you can put inside of your body, has probably made a lot of you terrified to ever put a breakfast cereal or a breakfast bar or something to that extent, granola, into your body. But here's the problem with eggs. Unless you're a big fan of hard-boiled, they aren't exactly portable or easy to grab. You have to take the time to cook them. You have to cook them with other things. And a lot of you probably don't have time for that. So that's another reason why I think a lot of you just choose coffee, because you're either intermittent fasting or, ooh, carbs are the devil, I'm just gonna eat eggs. And then you realize, oh my God, I don't have time to make eggs. And I'm sick of hard-boiled. Blech. And I'm also willing to bet, because a lot of you are skipping breakfast, you're just drinking coffee, yada, yada, you're probably feeling exhausted throughout the day, maybe crabby, not too nice to everybody. Some of you may be absolutely fine. That's the beauty of nutrition and people. And also one of the biggest problems with nutrition is that everybody experiences things differently. Some people just do better skipping breakfast. The science about breakfast is all over the place. You will find studies that show that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And you will also find that a lot of the times those studies are actually funded by cereal companies. But then there are other studies that will say actually skipping breakfast is better. They do eat less. They don't eat more throughout the day. It's all over the place, you guys. So this is what I say. Look inside. Open your mind. If you get that reference, oh, you win. How do you feel? When you eat breakfast, do you feel more tired throughout the day? Do you eat more? Is it really a big problem for you? Or if you skip breakfast, do you have all the symptoms that I mentioned previously? So it's really up to you to decide what works for you. Researchers are kind of looking into what makes a better breakfast. Is it high carb? Is it low carb? Is it protein? And the thing that I keep seeing over and over again with these studies, no matter what the results are, is that there aren't any freaking dietitians involved. And you may say, Lana, you're such an egotist. You think dietitians should be put everywhere just because you're a dietitian. And you know what? You'd be correct. I am an egotist and I am a dietitian, but that does not negate the fact that I am absolutely correct that so many researchers who conduct nutritional science have no formal training in nutritional science. You will have doctors and you will have researchers thinking that they are just comparing carbohydrates versus protein, but they're not. What they're comparing is a highly processed carbohydrate with absolutely no fat or protein in it versus a minimally processed protein food that also has fat in it. These studies are looking more at the degree of processing of a food and how it affects how you eat throughout the day, not carbohydrates or protein. Why am I talking about cereal today? Everybody loves cereal. Let's be honest. Do not lie. If you come in my comments and you say I don't miss cereal and I'm a carnivorian, I'm gonna say you're a liar. You're a liar. It's just like vegans and bacon. Everybody loves bacon. Everybody loves cereal. Sorry, you're all wrong. I'm a genius. It has been unfortunately demonized by angry, bored, for some reason shirtless carnivore folks who literally have no training in nutrition. In their defense, there are issues with cereal, which I totally understand why they would attack it. The way that we eat cereal, unfortunately, continues to be influenced by the freaking 1980s low-fat, low-calorie Jane Fonda, Jazzercise, Alyssa Milano, Teen Spirit for kids nonsense, okay? Just pick up a box of cereal and look at the suggested serving size, and what you will see is usually like a cup and a half of cereal, plus a half a cup of skim milk. Altogether, that's gonna be maybe 200 calories. That is a low fat, low calorie, low protein snack that ain't gonna keep you full. But again, in the defense of cereal, for anybody who was raised in the 80s and 90s, you remember the commercials, right? They would show cereal with orange juice and egg or whatever and say that it was part of a balanced breakfast, part of a nutritious breakfast. They would never say, this should be your breakfast.
Oh, Super Sugar Crisp cereal, part of a balanced breakfast.
Most honeycomb cereal is part of a balanced breakfast.
Part of this nutritious breakfast.
A tummy-tempting part of this nutritious breakfast.
Another problem with cereals is that many of them are low in protein, low in fiber, low in fat, high in calorie, high in sugar.
I'm up with Super Sugar. Super Sugar Crisp is coated with super sugar to make it taste so sweet.
You missed me. Me too.
Are frosted with sugar.
What you got? Free M&Ms. Where'd you get them? Inside Frosted Flakes. Hey, where are you going? To get Frosted Flakes. Where else?
A free M&M snack pack in Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
That is the trifecta of delicious. Holy crap, I'm gonna be starving in 30 minutes and eat everything in sight. What's great about cereal? First of all, it's freaking delicious, right? Like I said before, it's very hard to find somebody who absolutely hates every type of cereal. When eaten in amped up mode, which I'm going to explain today in this video, can deliver a cheap, fast, nutritious breakfast that you enjoy. Cereal is an excellent option for people who are low income, who are super busy and don't have time to make a glorious veggie omelet in the morning. It's excellent for people who may be suffering from various vitamin deficiencies, which I'll talk about later. It's excellent for people who have texture and sensory issues. It's excellent for people who are dealing with extremely, for lack of a better word, picky children who refuse to eat most foods because a lot of the times they'll eat that freaking cereal. It's a great option for people struggling with mental health issues that find it hard to even eat anything, cereal is an excellent option for vegans specifically, or people who are anemic, having issues with iron deficiency anemia. A lot of these cereals are an excellent source of iron. Another great thing about cereal is it can make, if you choose the right kind of things, an excellent nighttime snack. A couple hours before bed, if you choose like a high fiber cereal and drink it with some milk, you're getting protein and fiber, which a lot of dietitians recommend. And these cereals are highly fortified as well. Just to give you a quick example, Total Cereal gives 100% of, I believe, 10 or 11 different vitamins and minerals. You look at most cereals, you're going to be getting 20, 30, 40, 60% of all kinds of vitamins and minerals. This is another reason why it's a good option for people who are struggling to eat, because then you don't have to worry as much about them also developing a vitamin deficiency. You can also use cereal to make other foods, which I'm going to be showing at some point, like snack bars and all kinds of fun stuff that you can then grab and eat on the go somewhere. It's shelf stable, it's freaking cheap, and it's fast as fork boy. Any TikTok fans? You know, I'm fast as fork boy. No? Okay, whatever, it's funny. Keep this in mind. If you are somebody who has found your cereal that you love, and maybe it doesn't fit into what I'm saying, but you enjoy it, that's totally cool. Keep eating that cereal. I'm glad you enjoy it. I am talking to people who are maybe looking for, you know, little tweaks they can do. I just totally spit at the camera. People who maybe want to amp it up a little bit more in certain areas. Otherwise, these hacks that I'm going to be sharing can be used on literally any type of cereal. For people who are maybe looking to take their cereal up a notch, look for cereal higher in fiber, lower in sugar, maybe higher in protein, and lastly, look for whole grains. So the problems that I mentioned earlier about many cereals, we can fix. Rocks, paper, scissors, I don't know what I'm... Problem number one, there's hardly any fat in these cereals, and then you drink it with skim milk. Gross. Fat promotes satiety. It helps you to stay fuller longer. So fat is good, you guys, okay? Fork the skim milk. Fork it. Unless you have a specific medical reason why you have to eat low to hardly any fat, don't do it. Always listen to your doctor over me. The whole non-fat thing came about by thinking, oh, non-fat is less calories equals less eating calories, then you're gonna be losing weight. No, actually what we found is, yes, in the short term, in that one meal, you eat less calories, but because you don't feel full or you don't feel satiated, you eat more throughout the day. All that to say, let's put some fat in that cereal. Easy step number one, if you are currently eating your cereal with skim milk, switch it to low fat or full fat milk. Boom. If you're using plant-based milks, switch to full fat oat milk because there's actually fat in oat milk, or soy milk as opposed to plant milks like almond, rice, etc. If you want to amp it up even more because you are an overachiever, step number two is to add fiber. Here's the cool thing about fat and fiber working together. They're little buddies, see? Fiber actually amps up fat's ability to promote satiation. So fat's already helping with keeping you feel full, but when you double whammy it with fiber, forget about it. Forget about it. It's amazing. Fiber also slows gastric emptying and promotes digestive health and helps stabilize your blood sugar. You can throw in nuts, all kinds of nuts, whatever you want. Almonds, sliced almonds, walnuts, or you can throw in seeds, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds. And these nuts and seeds are also double whammies because they got some protein in there, they got some fat in there, and they got some fiber. Woohoo! Throw in some fruit, strawberries, blueberries, whatever the frick you want. You're adding in antioxidants. You are amping up this cereal. You are a nutrition freaking genius. And if you're super lazy or you're like, you know what, those strawberries and the crates or the blueberries, they're really expensive, get frozen ones. I just had cereal the other day and I threw in a 1/4 cup of frozen blueberries and they melted down in time for me to eat them. It was fine. It was great. It was awesome. But if you're like, you know what, Lana, that's just not enough for me. I want to amp it up even further. Step 3, you crazy kooks, add some protein. As I mentioned before, if you're adding some nuts in there, you're adding some protein. Or you can mix into the milk a protein powder of your choice. That could even add some delicious flavor depending on the protein that you use. You could use a plant protein, you could use whey protein, you could use casein, you could use whatever you want. You could also add things on the side that are still pretty easy to just grab and go. Hard boil some eggs on a Sunday and peel them and have them ready. When you've got your cereal or whatever, grab a hard-boiled egg. You just added some protein. Grab a container of Greek yogurt. Eat that on the side. Protein. Or if you're vegan, grab a handful of edamame. Throw it in your face. Protein and fiber, friends. And if you're like, but Lana, I can't eat cereal in the morning. I actually have to run straight to work. Then why don't you make little bags or maybe little mason jars if you want to be all Pinterest style. Dump in your serving of cereal, your nuts and your seeds and your fruit, and keep it ready in the fridge. Just grab it, go to work, have your bowl ready, dump the milk in, eat it at your desk. Bada bing, bada bang. Or, as I'm going to show you later, because I'm going to make these at some point, you can make breakfast cereal bars that have protein, that have fiber, and have fat in them. And you can just grab those and eat them in your car on the way. And they taste delicious, hopefully, because I haven't tried them yet. We have learned that anti-carb bros and bras love to demonize specific macronutrients, somehow keeping blinders on to the rest of the entire world, the literal billions of humans who survive off of rice and potatoes and root vegetables, starchy, scary root vegetables, pasta and bread, and somehow magically don't have all of the chronic diseases that Americans have. So, is it the carbs? Is it the carbs?
No.
But we do agree that some of the reasons why cereal has been demonized are fair. And those issues are easily modified to deliver you a cheap, easy, fast breakfast that is perfect for a lot of us out there right now that are we just don't have the time or the mental time or capacity to plan foods. We just don't have a lot of time. Cereal is a good option for you if you are busy, if you are low income, if you are stressed out, to still deliver you something that is nutritious and that will feed your body and make you feel good, but utilize the tips I mentioned. Amp up the fat, amp up the fiber, and amp up the protein. If y'all need any more guidance, I am going to put links in the description below that link to a couple helpful handouts. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any topics that you would like me to cover, definitely leave comments below or just say hi or tell me your favorite cereal. What is your favorite cereal? My favorite cereal, that's a tough one, you guys. I'll get back to you guys on that one. I need to try my old childhood favorite cereals and see. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. One of the studies that this Dr. Schmeiman, or hey, why don't I just go run and jump into a brick wall? That's not as bad as eating a cracker. He ain't too smart. Only to maybe shove some crap in my face, not literal. Don't get crazy, folks, okay? It's not that kind of channel, okay? You stupid thing. Captain Crunch, I'm still mad at you, but I will still so eat you. Captain Crunch, on frackin' babbling on. Why am I having problems with this? I have mental problems. I have mental problems, but it's okay because they make me laugh. I shouldn't have given myself more coffee because now I'm babbling. I think Pebbles or Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Oh my god. Now I want Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Why does this brain act stupid? Why are you stupid?